graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
They should put that in the commercial. Side effects may include calling up women you know wanting to have phone sex.
I'm not the one who cries when I masturbate.
Hey! I would not eat a pile of mold in my fridge because it was at 1 point pizza.
Every time I smell onions, I get a hard on.
This is Katana. She's got my back. I wouldn't recommend messing with her. Her sword traps the souls of those she kills.
Sandwiches are heroes, so there you go.
Jesus, man, you're why Me Too is a thing.
I think it's also like, you know, the future's gotten so like non-binary, man. The girls could be named Michael too, man. Don't be a stranger.
It's just a coincidence that you were talking about the Jack and Triumph show, and I'm here.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers One podcast. This is podcasting.
You're listening to Two Strangers One podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes or on the Stitcher app for Android devices. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net. And now, here's Chris Cologne and Austin Schutte.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers One podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Usually we start recording on a Monday, but with the holiday, and then Austin having dental surgery? Is that what it is? Was that the long and short of it?
I don't know that I'd call it a surgery, because he said if there's complications, this may become surgical, so I guess technically speaking it wasn't a surgery to begin with. And
so you missed a day.
I missed a day, and then yesterday my car was in the shop, so we hitched a ride with my girlfriend to and from work, so...
Yeah, and it was like, we can't be making dick and fart jokes with the kid in the car.
Yeah.
Hey, I just smell like pimp, kid!
He feels like asleep, which he should have been at fucking 11:30.
Yeah, 11:30. Yes, I was surprised, because I'm like, okay, he's going to grab the kid, you know, the kid will be passed out in a car seat.
No, he just...
Hey,
can you help me find this glove for this tiny little hockey man?
My Playmobil Zamboni?
No, buddy, because it's midnight, and I want to go home.
And I'm sorry for the delay coming outstairs because you got here about 10 minutes earlier and you sent me a text like, I'm here. And then my stomach went...
I planned for your destroyed intestines.
Well, I did have... I had the gastric bypass 12 years ago.
Yeah, and then you spit in its face.
I'm like, watch, hold my beer.
All right, this you'll feel full way soon. Like, it doesn't mean much though. I can hang.
It'll never fucking the hole in my soul will never be full. Yeah.
I think they told Kobayashi he couldn't do what he did. That's a current reference, right? Kobayashi.
Kobayashi, yeah, isn't it? Because he's still relevant in the.
Tommy B, you know what Kobayashi is, right? The one person I can guarantee is listening.
And a shout out to Gen F. I mean, we get a significant amount of downloads. It'd be great if we had more, but
Tommy B, though, why don't you just let us know in the comments how you feel about Kobayashi? Keep it light.
I like to think, because you know what it is, like, I have my usual podcasts I listen to, and I don't interact with them every week. I mean, not that they react.
You should.
Dear Ralph Garman, enough with the fucking sports talk on the Ralph Report.
I know you like sports, but fuck you, I don't.
Give me the drunk, angry Ralph Garman. I know you're recording this at 10 o'clock in the morning, but be drunk.
Why does Kevin talk about The Flash so much? Have you listened
for the Babylon fans?
Yeah. Let's talk about a different podcast to kick off this week. Did you listen to the home show?
Yeah.
They got into Black Panther. Are you okay, man?
Yeah. No. Well, that's the whole thing. Is that there's another podcast that I usually listen to called The Weekly Planet, and there's two guys from Australia, and they talk about.
They just let you know whether Kevin Smith talks about movies.
Oh yeah. No. What I'm just saying is their newest episode is about Black Panther. So like I've listened to the whole episode up until all right, now we're gonna talk about Black Panther, and I'm gonna turn it off.
I'm the fuck out of here.
And I was gonna go last night. No, last night. I was gonna go this morning, but I stood up to 7 o'clock in the morning, quote unquote writing, if you want to call it.
Taking Ambien and seeing what happens if you don't sleep.
But Ambien was yesterday.
Did you see Role Models?
No. Oh no, did I? That's what
Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd.
Okay, I was confusing that with I Love You, Man.
No, they're like in the Big Brother program. Did you ever see that?
I don't see that one.
There's this scene. Fucking Sean William Scott is hooking up with one of the chicks that's in the program with them, and he's like,
okay.
"We're gonna take Ambien, and if you stay up through it, you start tripping out and stuff. It's gonna be great."
Yeah.
And then she falls asleep, and he's just wandering naked around the campsite. He stops Paul Rudd's car. He's like, "Hey man, did you know that dinosaurs are everywhere?" What? Yeah, because birds are dinosaurs, and they're everywhere. He just fucking wanders off. So, you might have some cool inspiration if you do that.
Yeah, no, I've had...
Don't do that.
No, I've had some weird experiences on Ambien where I've called girls that I've known, but, like, wanting to have, like, phone sex.
Weird, man.
But, I mean, it's not people that... Like,
they're just like, Chris, fucking hang up and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that one of the girls? She's like, she knew I was on Ambien because I did it. Like the first time I did it, she was like, "What the?" She thought I was like punking her in some weird way.
You're like, sorry, I'm on Ambien.
Yeah. Then the second time, she's like, "You're on Ambien. Go to sleep. Have a good night."
Stop calling people for phone sex. That's not what Ambien's for. They should put that in the commercials. Side effects may include calling up women wanting to have phone sex.
And
Jesus, man, you're why Me Too is a thing.
I was under the influence, I mean, sleepwalk is not the right word. I mean, I've done things without knowing it. Sleep eating is a thing because I started taking Ambien. Now, it had to be over about 10 years ago because I still had my own home.
They should call you for the commercials, man. They'd either sell more or they'd have fewer deaths. Either one's a win, I think.
I had woken up and I had 3 separate bowls of cereal on my coffee table.
At least it was food.
I woke up, I fell asleep on my couch, and I had 3 separate bowls of cereal in various stages of being eaten.
Yeah, that's better than I'd woken up and half the candles in my house were missing. And I didn't shit right for a week.
And there's a dead child in the basement.
Oh God, what the fuck? Not like a sacrifice. You ate the candle.
Oh, I thought I was raising Cthulhu.
You went the wrong fucking way with that, man.
You mean side effects include bringing back elder gods?
Side effects may include cultism. Talk to your doctor if you've seen the light of the great old one, Yog-Sothoth.
So I've had weird effects, and I've been on it for over 10 years now. It's definitely at an as needed basis. So I mean, once every 2 weeks or so, I'll take one just to sort of my sleeping pattern gets way out of whack.
Just to keep your tolerance up.
Yeah. Just to kind of
pussy out and fall asleep.
Well, no, I slept because you had when I did take the Ambien the other day, you texted me.
I texted you at noon, and then at 1 o'clock was like,
"Hey,
Chris better text me in the next 15 minutes or fucking find his own way to work, man."
Yeah, I totally slept with that text. So that means if there's a fire alarm or something like that,
right,
I'll probably be dead. If I'm dead in a fire, check my body for Ambien. I'm pretty sure that'll be somewhere.
Dude, I scared the shit out of myself the other day. Relating to fire alarms, we were cooking chicken fingers and fries in the oven. And we got just a dirty oven that we really need to fucking clean. And then at a certain point, just all the fire alarms in the house went off. And one's like, fire, fire, fire. And then one's like, carbon monoxide warning. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think it's the little crumbs. Yeah. It's always the little crumbs and shit that fall to the bottom.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's probably fine. I just fucking unplugged them until the smoke cleared.
I'll open a window.
Let's just sit around and hope that there's not an actual carbon monoxide leak that happened to happen while I was cooking.
I get drowsy. Man, just wake me up. You're drowsy too.
All of us were home. All right, I think Colton's gonna be the first to know. 5-year-old will be the first to know if there's carbon monoxide problem. It turned out okay though. The chicken was delicious. So don't take Ambien while you're cooking.
So last night I drank this thing. It's called Berry Rush or something to that effect.
I don't even know you shit.
I don't even know the name.
That sounds designed to make you shit.
And It's an energy drink. It comes in these little, like, you know, foil packets, and you know, you fill up like a 16-ounce bottle, like a regular bottle you get like in a vending machine.
It's like
you know, it's sort of like a, you know,
it's like an energy drink stick pack.
Yeah, it's energy. Exactly, it's a stick pack for energy drinks. I'll have like one a day. That's my usual, like, part of my morning routine.
I just like sleep, man.
No, so last night I had cracked open
a cold one with the boys.
No one's gonna be looking for her for a long time.
God.
No.
What the fuck?
Cracked open a cold one. I had a berry rush. I said, you know what? Let me do some writing. I had a berry rush. Then I had another one. Then I had another one.
This round of writing brought to you by Berry Rush.
I got a chunk done, a larger chunk than I've gotten done.
What color was the chunk? Is it a pink chunk?
Pink chunk. That's what comes out of my stool.
Gross.
Hence the name.
What the fuck?
Brought to you by gastric bypass surgery.
I know I say this to you at least twice a week, but go to the fucking doctor.
And the same thing that happened to me like a week or two ago. I put on my music, and then I get really into the fucking music, and then I'll spend like the next hour or two just keep fast forwarding, shuffle until I get like a nice track, and I'm just fucking rocking out in my house in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's my existence right about now.
Yeah,
just rocking out at 5 o'clock in the morning, hyped up on energy drink, pretending to write.
That's sad. Today we unlocked every character in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. we spent an hour and a half getting Stan Lee this morning. It was wonderful.
Hey, true believers!
Yeah. I was doing like a bad Stan Lee impression the whole time. Colton's like, "What are you doing?" Stan Lee. Like, that's not Stan Lee. Whatever.
Well, see, when I was growing up, Stan Lee was the narrator on Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
No, Excelsior, Spider Friends. It's time for...
I mean, that was old even when I was a kid. Like, that was... I want to say that was like early 70s. And, I mean, I was born in 77, so it was in the early 80s. So it was old even then. But it's weird that, like, how little Stan Lee's actually changed, because he sounds the same. Yeah. I mean, obviously then he had a little more pep in his step, but...
I mean, he'll die this year, but like...
Oh, please don't. I mean,
I'm calling it,
man. He probably will. But I don't want to think about it.
You want to put money down? I'll give you odds on it, but...
We mocked him the last episode, so...
Stan Lee's out the end of this year, I guarantee.
Black Panther did him in.
He's going to be the last Tinseltown stiff of the year. We're going to get Carrie Fisher right around Christmas by Stan Lee.
Wow.
Yep.
I'd say like a week before Infinity War.
Oh,
just to take all the wind out of the sails.
Fuck.
Even better, it'll give it a bump.
Yeah, we gotta go see this. This is Stan Lee's final film.
Wow. But it's been rumored that they've somewhat filmed his cameos in the next couple of movies.
They busted out 4 of them over the course of like a day, and I think James Gunn directed all 4 of them. Just like. Yeah, just to get some in the barrel, at least through Infinity War.
So there's the Thor one seemed kind of custom to the movie because one of the running gags in Thor Ragnarok was about his, not running gag, but he changed his hair.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things I didn't catch until watching the beginning. Of course, the movie hasn't been put out on DVD yet, but
sure.
In the beginning of the movie,
so there's no way to see it outside of a theater.
Yeah. It was because Doctor Strange, he's trying to transport Thor, and he goes, "I want to see if there's any kind of Asgard. If I need anything extra for transporting an Asgardian." And he goes, "I need a strand of your hair." And he goes, "My hair's not to be messed with." Foreshadowing.
Yep.
He pulls the hair out, and then Stan Lee has that cameo where he's the butcher. The butcher.
Barber?
Barber? Yeah, he's a barber.
Back in the olden days, barbers and butcher was the same job.
I think that's why
that's a lie.
No, was it butcher?
No, barbers and surgeons.
Barbers, yeah.
Barbers were
blood
like
letters.
Yeah. So
put another leech on him.
Suppose I needed a haircut the same day I needed those teeth pulled this week.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I would go to a barber. I'd look for whatever shop has a bloody rag hanging outside the door.
Oh.
And that's where the barber pole came from, the white and red thing.
Uh-huh.
That was, they'd have a bloody white rag hanging outside, and that'd be kind of your signal like, oh, this is the barber.
Oh.
But the barber's
wife alone?
Well, yeah, but that's just, that's just good form for any profession. But no, they'd have that hang, and eventually that became kind of such a symbol of barbers that they were like, okay, people see a rag with blood all over it, and they think, oh, this must be the barber. Let's class that up a little bit. So they put a pole up with just the red and white candy striping, and like, okay, this is a barber.
See, that's the beauty of this podcast. You learn something while you listen.
Yeah,
while you have fun.
And then you can Google it and be like, we pulled that all out of his ass. I don't know that. To my knowledge, everything I just said is true.
That's not a thing.
I do need to qualify that as like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I read somewhere, probably the internet, so you know.
So you could also read it on the internet.
Yeah, if you like the internet, I like the internet. We're all just going to talk about the internet now. How do you feel about the internet?
It's a valuable resource for people to argue about movies
and share pornography.
Damn, I wanted to fucking do the quote well, and I fucked it up.
We come to talk about movies and share pornography with one another.
Insert quote from Jay Silent Bob Strike Back. So speaking of quotes, I kind of wanted you for the podcast to do your Rick Flag quote.
Oh,
because even though you, for some reason, you hate Suicide Squad, or no?
I saw it twice in the theater,
but for some reason
I can't really
memorize the Rick Flag
too much
quote?
shit about it. But like, because you're talking. Do a little bit of Altered Carbon. Talk about how great Altered Carbon is, and then I'll chime in when I feel it's best.
That's right. Okay,
to make fun of him.
I don't think we've mentioned. I mean, we talked about how it had a lead-in with Cloverfield, but I got a chance to see it. And for people who've been on my Facebook, there is a lot of fucking nudity. Like, this show it's all about. They said, okay, it's a cyberpunk kind of thing. At first I said, oh, it's like a Blade Runner, and I guess technically it kind of is, but it kind of goes on its own. It goes on its own journey, and but it is a futuristic world. If you want to call it cyberpunk, where it's a world where people can back up you could back up your personality onto these little discs. The discs are inserted on the base of your neck, the base of your brain. And, of course, with the black market, there's people who do things like they'll back up their disc twice and put it in two separate bodies. Or also, just because your disc exists, you can be an old Spanish lady and have your disc inserted into the back of a gangbanger's body, and all of a sudden the gangbanger is talking like abuela. I want to say Joel Kinnaman, if that's his name. I want to say it's Joel Kinnaman, the guy who played Rick Flag from Suicide Squad, is the lead in the show.
How is his American accent?
I like his American accent. For some reason, you're like, oh, that's the most basic. But he does a good old boy accent.
This is Katana. She's got my back. I wouldn't recommend messing with her. Her sword traps the souls of those she kills.
And then I love it how you neither love nor hate the movie, but for some reason that line has burned itself into your memory.
That's exactly how it's delivered, and we're supposed to be like, yep, this is a movie they took seriously when they were filming. This is Katana! That's how you're going to introduce Katana. You're just going to have this motherfucker with the least star power in the movie shout that it is Katana and that she has your back. And just give you and the one important thing about her to understand is this.
Well, and look, he had made some impression, because I'm pretty sure whoever did Altered Carbon probably saw Suicide Squad and said, "There's our leading man.
Sure,
that's going to be the guy that carries our franchise."
Every other character in that movie, the Suicide Squad itself, they get here's your briefing on who these people are. Here's a little flashback, kind of shows you, and it's exposition-y, but because it's supposed to be, because it's hey, I'm telling this board of people, this is the team I want to put together, and then it's just this chick shows up on a helicopter? Yeah, helicopter. And
well, in all fairness, he is speaking over the whir of helicopter blades.
No, I get that, but it's just it's like the director got to this, they filmed it in sequence. And they realized, shit, we didn't introduce Katana yet. All right, so right here, Rick Flag just fucking shouts everything we need to know about her, because she's not going to matter for the rest of the movie.
The Joel Kinnaman Apologist.
Yeah. This is Katana. He's just fucking. He's looking at everyone because his lines are behind everyone's head on papers, and looks at her this is Katana. She's got my back, and then just underneath it's Deadshot in parentheses. He goes over, I wouldn't recommend messing with her.
There's some poor Hollywood intern holding cue cards.
And because he's Swedish?
Well, that's because, technically he was born in America, but he moved to Sweden when he was 3 years old.
Right. So it's all phonetics. It's not just written English. It's just the is a katana.
And it's
someone's yes, I need him for my Blade Runner ripoff.
And the whole reason I know about him going to Sweden is that he was on either Colbert.
You googled the fuck out of him. And you're this guy's good.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is that I thought, because what it was at first, they said for Suicide Squad, they said Clint Eastwood's son's in the movie. So I thought at first...
Wait, Will Smith is Clint Eastwood's son?
No. No, so I thought Joel Kinnaman... I didn't know... Before I knew who Joel Kinnaman was, I thought, oh, that's Clint Eastwood's son. He's the guy that plays Rick Flag. You know?
Yeah! Clint Eastwood's son!
And Clint Eastwood's son is...
He's got my back. I wouldn't recommend messing with him. He's not sure if he shot 5 bullets or 6. His gun traps the souls of those who make his day.
And so I was doing my research, and it turns out like Clint Eastwood's son is like he's like Rick Flag's third in charge or something like that. Like he's technically in the movie. He's given a credit at the end of the movie. Like you know, it's like.
But if you showed me a picture of him right now, having seen that movie twice in the theater, I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
what scene was he in?"
He looks Clint Eastwood in the face, but he's not in the movie. He's not in the movie long enough to go, oh, hey, I heard Clint Eastwood's son's in the movie. There he is.
Right.
I thought it was Joel Kinnaman. I was like, oh, okay, that's Clint Eastwood's son.
It's just tough when he's in all that Killer Croc makeup.
Well, that was Mr. Echo. Well, it's funny because the guy has a long, complicated. I'm pretty sure he has a long dick too, but he has a long. I'm American, so
he's just gonna speculate on his dick. The fuck, man.
I mean, I've seen him with his shirt off. He looks. and he's in Lost.
Was it like tucked up into his waistband? You're like, holy shit, it's still poking out, man. It must be pretty long.
He slung it over his shoulder like a continental soldier.
Wow, so his dick hangs low.
And Adewale.
From Assassin's Creed 4?
Is that I forgot. Look, forgive me. If I try to, I even try to say the name.
Not that I play Assassin's Creed.
But yeah, he played the guy who played Killer Croc in Suicide Squad was Mr. Echo from Lost, and I'm pretty sure he's been in a bunch of. And he was also in Oz. He was the guy. He wore that, and it was funny because he wore this little, like, ridiculously small hat, even though he was a big guy with this, and he had, bald head.
Was it like a yarmulke?
It looked like a yarmulke. You know what it looked like? I swear to God, I'm not even making a joke. It looked like the poop emoji, but on his head.
Watch Oz.
Like it was sort of like a poop emoji meets the Devo hat, but it's small, so it kind of looks like the top hat on what's his name? On Captain Spaulding. The little top hat, it's this little hat on this. I don't want to say big head, but a small hat on a bald head doesn't look. It looks, it's got the Lord of the Rings Hobbit point of. I thought Joel Kinnaman was Clint Eastwood's son. It's not. I liked him in Altered Carbon.
So did he in that one scene. This is Katana, punk.
And,
she's got my back if you get off my lawn.
And
this is going to be me referencing movies I haven't seen. And we're back?
And we're back.
I don't remember the funny thing I said when
every time I smell onions, I get a hard on.
Every time I smell burning meatloaf, I get a hard on.
Yeah. Because you're jerking off at home.
Yeah, the guy's jerking off at home, but
the girlfriend's cooking, can't cook.
Yeah, she's a bad cook. But now the smell of bad cooking turns him on, was the premise of that. Well, yeah. Chris fumbled with his fucking batteries, because...
It's not my fault the battery stopped working.
Well,
I guess it is.
That is exactly your fault. You had an almost dead battery in the recorder.
Well, I'd expect it to be dead after, 2 hours worth of recording. And plus sitting in my pocket.
Yeah.
And playing.
I didn't think just sitting in the machine over time and being used, it would start to die. When the Cartman Monoxide detector goes off, it's like, Mom, there's a Cartman Monoxide leak! We need to get out of the house, we need to call the fucking neighbors! Get the fuck out of the house, man! We gotta call our G&E, we gotta leave, we're gonna die! We're gonna have Yankovic's parents die of Cartman Monoxide, man!
No kidding, no!
That was when we stopped recording earlier, we kind of went on that tangent for a minute, it was kind of fun.
We've mentioned our racist coworker.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been watching reruns of The Office.
All right.
And I realized he looks like Kevin from The Office. The big fat bald guy that sits in the back.
I don't know, man.
Imagine, for listeners at home, the coworker that we talk about that nobody likes, and I was working with the other day, and it's weird because we're sort of like stuck on a line together, and all of a sudden he wants to tell me like his life story and about his daughters and living with his mom and stuff like that. And I was like,
back when I was 20, I had a hard stool.
Yeah. It's like, I don't fucking want to talk to you. I don't. The old Mother Hubbard the spinster, our co-worker.
Every time you say Old Mother Hubbard, I picture a big black lady, which is nothing like who you're describing. Anyway, sorry, continue.
The spinster old lady.
Spinstress?
She had said, she wanted to go to the funeral of our co-worker's mother,
Right.
of which I felt, I don't think you should have went. Like, I'm glad she didn't, because, like, that's like the murderer going to the fucking funeral.
Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, obviously it wasn't intentional, but, I mean, if you have the flu, keep your dumb ass at home. We had seen the trailer for Lost in Space.
Yeah?
And, like, just hours before, before we saw the trailer.
Nice segue, bro.
Yeah. This sort of ideas kind of.
Like, yeah, so, don't come to work sick, because, people die, people can still die of the flu. And we saw Lost in Space.
We saw Lost in Space trailer.
Yeah, we did. That's fucking true.
Well, I mean, with Netflix, and it's funny because, between the Cloverfield Paradox and Altered Carbon, Netflix seems, and Bright to an extent, they're really tapping into the genre.
Oh, yeah.
Black Mirror.
I mentioned to you earlier, I watched like 10 minutes of Altered Carbon the other day, when I was all like fucked up from my mouth stuff. And I was like, alright, this seems like something I gotta pay attention to. I'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the first 10 minutes, and it was on Netflix. That's my review.
There was no katana in the show. Yeah. You don't want to see it.
No, he wakes up, he's like, this is the future! I'm in a sack!
I'm in a Ziploc bag!
I wouldn't recommend messing with me. My back's covered in ultrasound gel. Oh, cool, man.
I used to be an Asian rebel.
I used to be Asian, but now I'm a Swedish.
And so it's not a bad show. The one thing, and I guess it's not really spoilers, they keep mentioning aliens. And I don't know if you saw that. I
just really like the movie.
He literally says, what planet are we on?
Yeah.
When he wakes up.
And she's like, Earth, you dumb cunt.
Earth. And I watched all 10 episodes, and other than, like, them showing a tree from another planet, because in this universe they have people that are super duper rich. So this one woman is so rich she had a tree imported from space. And I think they call the aliens elders. And I don't know if, like...
So you couldn't just call them fucking aliens, right?
Yeah.
That'd be too simple.
Elders.
That'd be too obvious. You gotta be able to call them elders a few times without anyone realizing you're talking about aliens.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is the singing tree of the elders, and it's this crystal, thing.
I think by telling me that 10 episodes in, there's zero payoff for the alien subplot, you might have just saved me about 10 fucking hours. That might have just gotten me to say, yeah, not worth it.
Well, I think it'll be one of those deals where they plant the seed in an episode in the first season, so then they can go into the second season and go, oh, by the way, this world where people can back up their consciousness on little mini discs in the back of their head. There's alien. They come from alien technology, and now we're going to leave the planet. In season 1, is there any lightsaber fighting? No. Okay. I will take a big fucking box with a question mark on it only when there's a lightsaber fight. How about that? Gotcha. All I'm just saying is that, like, he goes, what planet are we on? And I'm like, all right, so there's aliens, right. and then they even kind of mentioned
that was in the first 5 fucking minutes too. You don't get to do that. You don't get to tease like otherworldly alien stuff. We'll get to that later in the first 5 minutes, and just not fucking touch it. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Every sci-fi genre, you got to stick to one set of rules. Okay, in this universe, there's time travel. In this universe, there's backing up consciousness. In this universe, there's alternate dimensions. You can't put all three. And not that all three are those in this one, but it's like. And in this one, there's artificial intelligence, and then there's people backed up in their brain. There's clones. How much Doctor Who did you watch? The Christopher Eccleston. All right, you watched seasons? All of that? Yeah. All right. Imagine if Bad Wolf was just being fucking hinted at every episode for 3 fucking seasons and never paid off. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling from this. Like, don't fucking tease shit that you're not going to. Yeah. Imagine if Stranger Things being kind of spooky, and then the end of the last episode, someone's like, there might be another dimension called the Upside Down, and then like, oh, we'll find out about that next year. Yeah, that's how that feels to me. And that's sort of like, oh no, we're going to spend this season focusing on the mini discs in the back of people's heads. Imagine if on House of Cards, the president turned out to be a rapist. Oh wait. Oh, whoops. That one got a little too real and not really an analogy anymore.
With our schedule being kind of compacted the way it's been, we kind of miss Tarantino Tuesdays.
Do you want it to be Tarantino Thursdays?
So it's Tarantino Thursdays.
Let's talk a quick Tarantino.
And you said, and I'm going to give you a scenario, and it's not as horrible as what we were talking about earlier. I want Quentin Tarantino to do a public service announcement to women about not getting their sons circumcised.
Jesus.
As Quentin Tarantino.
I just need. I gotta capture the voice real quick. See, when I make a movie, I want to please my fans. I want to please the critics that are my fans. Critics that aren't my fans, I don't give a damn. Okay. All right, here we go. Wait, which side am I on?
Why? Because men have some sort of say in the decision.
Am I pro circumcision or anti circumcision?
You're against circumcision.
Okay. Alright. So, a lot of you dumb fucking cunts I've been seeing on the internet. Alright. First of all, you're talking shit about Django. You don't understand the fucking plight of the African American. But we'll get to that a different fucking day, okay? I'm here talking to you about the people that say, oh, you know what, circumcision's a lot cleaner, it's a lot healthier. You know the studies they've done on that shit? Okay? Fucking bedweight it? Bedwetting. That's the word. Bedwetting lasts until you're 8 years fucking old on average if you're circumcised. Uncircumcised, it stops when you're fucking 3. Alright? Trauma, numbness in your dick. You don't want to do that shit, okay? I have a fucking sense of humor about this. You come up to me, you try to cut off half of my dick. You know, it's not a fucking bar mitzvah. It's not some mazel tov bullshit. You want to keep your dick intact, okay? You want to enjoy sex? You want to have fun in there? You want to have fucking fun, Jules? I'll tell you what, why don't you keep your dick how it was when you were born? It's been Tarantino Thursdays.
It doesn't say dead foreskin storage on my door.
Did you see a sign on my biohazard materials bin? It said dead foreskin storage. You know how you didn't see it? You didn't see it because it wasn't there, because storing dead foreskins ain't my fucking business.
And I can't be moil.
Oh, God.
An anteater, not a snake.
I'll never have bits from a moil again. It's so chilly. Whoa, what's going on down here?
Tarantino Thursdays. So Lost in Space.
I got that Tarantino brain on still. Lost in Space. I'm pumped for that, man.
We saw the trailer, and it's like we were literally talking, and I literally just said, like 3-4 hours before I saw the trailer, I'm like, they should do a reboot, but take it seriously.
And I had said, well, the movie they made in the 90s, what was wrong with it? And you kind of blanked out.
Well, it's sort of like...
You're like, over the top...
It was way, like... They had, like, that stupid mascot alien, which was only there just to appeal to children.
Man, you leave Blarb the fuck alone. Blarb was my boy. Or girl. Space monkey. Blarb was my space monkey, motherfucker.
You can't say that word.
You want to talk shit about Blarb? Okay, let me tell you what Blarb represents to the fucking 90s generation, okay? Blarb was our gateway into Lost in Space, okay? So Lost in Space, you know, the true fans, they watch the fucking serials, they watch the movie, they watch fucking everything. Everything they can get their fucking hands on. They bought the breakfast cereal, they bought the fucking fake little robot you dress up as in little cardboard boxes and shit. But fucking anyone who was new to Lost in Space, they hung on to Blarb and they fucking grabbed it. That was Jar Jar before fucking Jar Jar, you get it?
True.
That was a better Tarantino Thursday than the other thing, I'm sorry.
After the Ewoks, but before Jar Jar.
Right. There was Blarb.
There was Blarb. And that was I guess, a gateway to get people. But then, like, the series never went anywhere. You know, the stunt casting with fucking Matt LeBlanc.
Fuck yeah, man. How you doing, aliens?
Hey, forget about I'm flying this jet over here when I'm looking for Phoebe and whatever the fuck her name is. Rachel and Monica. Hey, forget about it.
Where's my Chandler?
And then the robot looked like shit. The robot looked horrible.
The robot was fucking cool, man. It was a super battle droid.
But that wasn't as flexible as the super battle droid. It was sort of yes, the original robot was clunky, but
it started out as the original robot, and then they fucking transferred it or whatever.
They did bring that in. Yeah. But then
that was a cool little nod.
You know, and then the twist was
a cool little nod. Sorry.
The twist was that it was a time loop or something like that. Like they came across the string. Wait, was that what's his face?
Gary Oldman?
Oh, was it Gary? No, Gary Oldman was the professor, the guy who sabotages them.
William Hurt?
Was William Hurt the?
He was the dad.
The dad. Now, remember they found a stranger, and the stranger turned out to be Will Robinson from the future?
Yeah.
But wasn't that...
I don't remember who the fuck that was.
That was the guy who... Wasn't that the guy who cursed on Saturday Night Live?
Sam Rockwell?
Was it Sam Rockwell?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But, you know
Am I confusing Sam Rockwell with
I'm gonna
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
You probably are? Oh, you definitely are. Fuck you. I am curious who that was, though.
I think it was Sam Rockwell.
I don't know.
Or was it Dax Shepard?
It was not Dax Shepard. No, it was like...
Old Will Robinson.
No, it's... I mean, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be
Spoiler alert for a movie that's almost 20 years old. Because that had to be 98.
I'm going to bat for this shit. 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was horrible. And then when he finally gave it like a face or something like that. Because like he was in...
Who gave what a face?
The kid, he had the robot. Like the robot stood with him as he was, quote unquote, lost in space.
Oh, motherfucker, it was Jared Harris. It was Moriarty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It was old
Also,
Robinson.
Jack Johnson. That's probably like the picture right before he fucking died.
He died?
I'm just guessing because like he's aged more than that since 1998. I guarantee.
Oh, and it did have the girl from Party of Five.
Fuck yeah,
She was
dude.
cute.
Dude, he died at 25.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding. Damn, you were like so fucking scared.
I'm like, that's fucked up. I mean, you hear child...
Yeah. You looked like you thought you were going to get in trouble, though. Like that.
Well, I mean,
that was just a funny look to have. Party of Five chick, Lacey Chabert.
Yeah,
Dude.
Lacey Chabert.
Chabert.
She had a nice set of titties on her. I mean, I don't know, that movie she was kind of... As she got older, she got a nice set of titties on her.
That movie she was kind of... Let's see, she's 35 now. Let's just take...
20 years ago. That had to be... Oh, shit. Don't say she was 15 in that movie. No, when she turned 18, she had titties. I don't want to have to...
You're good.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you're not good.
No.
you take that and subtract 35. So, yeah, she was 15. You fucking Pedrophile.
Oh, okay.
But then Mean Girls, right?
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Okay. I don't want to go to jail.
Before I get into this argument, we'll be back with more dick and fart jokes.
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc. 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Did you ever see a film at such a young age it left you traumatized with cinematic wounds? Necrophilia. It's a dead issue, man. Don't push it. Cinema Psyops is a weekly podcast documenting an ongoing experiment on the mind of an unwilling test subject.
No one should have to watch this movie.
Oh, no one should have to watch this?
No one should have to watch this movie.
Surprisingly, it's not a topic that a lot of people really want to tackle.
I'm shocked, prudes.
I know, really.
Right?
It's the next sexual frontier that no one wants to explore.
I am, in the most sincerest of senses, disappointed in you.
It takes a powerful goddess like Connie, jam her arm down the monster's throat and kill it. Oh, I'm still tripping out over that. Even as a kid, I was like, I gotta find a girl like that. Every week, I get a new look of disappointment that I never thought I could get out of.
Unimaginable. At 12 years old, you should not be watching this movie.
Obviously.
At 13, you should not be. 14, you shouldn't be. I'm not entirely sure even 17-year-olds should be watching this.
Just because you're offended by something doesn't mean that you have the right to demand that it doesn't exist. Watching this film again, I had all of this like little nerd glee with everything that kept
little
popping
history
up.
all popping up
absolutely.
at you.
So I totally loved this film.
Hey, I know why you couldn't see that. It's because your brain's warped from watching this shit at 12 years old.
Yeah, this is a rough movie. I told you ahead of time when we were getting ready to do it that it was going to be a rough.
How did you watch this shit at 12?
Because physical wounds heal, cinematic ones don't. Listen to Cinema Psyops.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back.
Are we live? Now we're live. We're live on the phones. Wow. Oh, welcome to Talking Walking in the mornings.
All right, so all right, Chris, you ready for our first caller?
We're gonna learn. We're gonna figure out what's inside my ass.
All right,
15th caller has to tell me what's inside my ass. Go ahead, caller.
Is it a gold watch?
Yes, it is. It's a gold watch. I held this watch in my ass after your father died. Something like that.
This is how you tell me my dad's dead?
Yeah.
You're kind of a dick, Christopher Walken.
Thank you for calling Talking Walking in the mornings.
I don't know if this is a bit.
Talking Walking in the morning.
I don't think this bit has 15 minutes of legs.
Weapon of choice. Weapon of choice. Weapon of choice.
If that was close to the lyrics or beat, I'd be super impressed. Can't you say and then weapon of choice?
That's how I hear it.
Hey Jude. Hey Jude.
Weapon of choice.
Scabbity boobity bed war pigs.
It's the war pigs.
Everybody watch out for those war pigs.
Are gathering in their masses.
Well, gotta put out a trough for my war pigs.
Just like heroes at black masses.
Pretty sure it's witches, but not.
Just like, what did I say?
You said heroes.
Heroes at black masses, witches.
I'm not sure that word shows up at all in war pigs.
Sandwiches are heroes, so there you go.
Wow.
I found a way to connect that.
That was a stretch, but a fucking quick one.
I don't have many synapses left, but when they fire, boy, do they fucking fire.
What the fuck are you doing in a factory? You should be a lawyer. Yeah, well, heroes and witches may not be the same word, but a hero sandwich is both a witch and a hero. I rest my case, Your Honor. No further questions.
Like a house of cards.
We hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
So, Wakanda forever!
Oh yeah, you saw
We finally saw Black Panther. Saw Black Panther today before work. Glad I did. I've been kind of putting it off all week. Not that it's just the week has just been crazy. So, got a chance to go see it. Fucking loved it. I agree with what you said, because I didn't want to bring my daughter to it, because my daughter doesn't sit well in long movies, especially.
Dude, she doesn't sit well in short appointments.
Yeah. That's right.
Cause fucking Skittle snowman while I got my taxes done.
That's right. We had I had my daughter with me when we went to go see the tax guy, and she just couldn't sit still. She's a hyper kid, and plus her mom forgot her medicine,
which is just whiskey.
Because it calms me down. Then I went to go see the Black Panther. I guess we're gonna spoiler alert. Black Panther talk here.
Black.
And he's not really a panther.
No,
he's wearing a cat suit.
He's just some dude. Yeah, he's in a costume.
Wow, Mr. Mephistopheles. Wow. Meow. I'm the protector of Wakanda. Wow. Wakanda. I'm Christopher Walken and I'm in Wakanda.
Christopher Wakanda.
Wow. Look at these people. We gotta hide our technology.
Oh, I never freeze even.
We got all this vibranium fell from the sky. And then we drank the heart herb or whatever it's called. The purple heart herb.
Ralph Garman got just on his feet. He just got back on his feet. Why don't you just step off his shit?
Wow.
Did you fucking save a little bit from him, man? Damn.
Okay, so we got a chance to see everyone. What's the name of the princess again? Princess Underbite?
Zelda?
No.
Shuri?
Shuri?
I think it's Shuri. Because Kevin Smith kept saying Suri, and I'm like, that's Tom Cruise's daughter.
Yeah.
I would have caught that in the movie.
I think it's Shuri. S-H-U-R-I.
I know this has nothing to do with your review, but did you hear Tom Cruise left Scientology for his daughter?
Oh, shit.
Which is like kind of a big win for fucking humanity, because I love Tom Cruise, but I hated that he was the head of Scientology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Leah Remini got to him. So, Tom, you're losing your mind. You gotta get out. There's no Lord Zeno who's gonna get you out of this place.
What the voice are you even doing, man?
It's Ray Romano doing a Christopher Walken. Doing Tom Cruise.
It sounds like a first draft Jim Henson character.
I'm on a mission. I'm an impossible mission. Wow. I'm fighting the mummy. I'm the mummy. Wait. Plot twist. I become the mummy. Spoiler alert.
You fucking spoil the mummy for me, you dick? You fucking piece of shit. I didn't see it yet.
You're already going to spoil Black Panther. Might as well spoil the mummy while we're at it. Wow.
I haven't seen it yet.
I fought the mummy.
I didn't talk about Black Panther yesterday because you hadn't fucking seen it, Chris.
Now I'm the mummy.
Great.
Christopher Walken. Ray Romano is Christopher Walken, is Tom Cruise.
Now I know how the mummy is, you dick.
The mummy? Wow.
Wait, did you see the mummy?
I did see the mummy.
I'm sorry.
There was a long tear last year where
I fucking hated myself and thought, hey, how can I make this worse?
Well, I made it a thing of mine where like I'm gonna go
every fucking movie.
I'm gonna go see pretty much like I went every Thursday.
I beat my
night.
dick to the post.
And
Mr. Show Me That Dick, Odenkirk.
Oh god, I saw so many. The Rough Night, and you would think like I like what's her face from the Ghostbusters and Saturday Night Live.
You need to be so much more specific. First of all, which Ghostbusters are you talking about?
Oh, you know, the female Ghostbusters. Kate McKinnon. I have a huge crush on Kate McKinnon. And I went to go see Rough Night, and it's like her and Rebel Wilson, and I think Rashida Jones, and one other person. Or is it Rashida Jones? Is it Kristen Wiig? I don't know. It's
you got me about 33% interested in that movie with the cast you listed.
Well, yeah. It's supposed to be a bunch of girls go and have like a bachelorette party, but then like they pretty much witness a guy getting murdered, and then they try to hide the body while like the killers show up to come and get the body. And it's because like, have you ever seen Very Bad Things?
No.
Jeremy Piven and Jon Favreau, Jeremy Piven, the guy from Home Alone that's not Joe Pesci.
That doesn't really matter how many of the actors I still won't have seen.
Very Bad Things is a good movie. It is a very, very dark comedy about a bunch of guys who go to a bachelor party. Jeremy Piven's fucking a hooker in the bathroom, accidentally kills her, and then Christian Slater's like, well, all we got to do is bury the body in the desert. And they're like, how do we get her body out of the hotel? And he's like, it's a 90-pound problem. Like, how bad could it be? And it's a very, very dark comedy, and Jon Favreau is going to get married to, what's her face? Cameron Diaz. And she's like a control freak. And so, Christian Slater's like, I don't want my friend's marriage to get ruined by this other guy who was fucking a hooker and killed her in the hotel bathroom. And it's a good movie. And Rough Night.
I have one question about Very Bad Things, though. What the fuck does that have to do with Black Panther? Because we were talking about that at one point.
Yeah, somehow, we segue into a segue into a segue.
Right, but like, you're supposed to rein that shit in when I'm cracking jokes. You're not supposed to be like, oh, Tom Cruise? Mummy! Motherfucker. Okay, so Princess Shuri, what about her?
Princess Underbite.
You dick.
I don't know. It's like everyone seems to be so wowed and charmed by her. And don't be wrong, she's funny and she's cute and she's got the whole like tech thing going on, and she's a weapons developer and all this other good stuff. But like, I was totally turned off by like 30 seconds into meeting her. She's like flipping the bird to her brother in front of her mother, and she's supposed to be like the super tech genius princess of Wakanda. And yeah, okay, I'm playful, But the middle finger,
roll with it, you angry old fuck.
I was like, why you gotta show your middle finger for? I don't get it. Why you gotta? You're in front of your mother. Your mother's a very respectful woman.
One of these assholes is like, oh, those kids should really respect the lawmakers and not talk about gun control.
Yeah, but you know, nobody was. I mean, even her brother, Chadwick Boseman, who is very charming. He could handle. I mean, you know, obviously he was very good in Civil War, and you know, I've never seen any other movie with him in it. He fucking carried the movie. You know, very charming, very subtle charm to him.
He carried Civil War or Black Panther?
I mean, well, I mean, I'm sorry. You know, he did well enough.
I expect him to carry Black Panther.
He did well enough in Civil War, but I mean, Black Panther, he was. You know, I never heard of him before Black Panther, before Civil War, but I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I'll go see other movies that he's in because he's great. He was great in Black Panther, and even like his character, it's not busting his sister's chops that bad. And then she flips on the fucking bird, and I mean, I know it's not her decision to make that. You know, someone in the script, whoever thought her flipping the bird, it's like the show is like, oh, she's a rebel. You know,
how many times do you just randomly flip someone the bird?
I don't flip. Not really. I flip the bird when I'm angry. I don't do it kidding around. I don't know. Well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Kidding around probably has done it often enough that, you know, the Black Panther isn't like, she flipped me off.
And what if that means something else? And you know, like, that's like when they say big ass door in Star Wars. Like, does the middle finger mean the same thing in every country? I mean, I don't. Obviously, in this context, yes, we know what it means. It means fuck you.
Maybe in Wakanda it means, hey, I love you, but
you're number one.
I keep messing with you. I don't know. Oh, all right, so you throw the middle finger, so you're like, nope, not as good a character as people think then.
Yeah. And she's a Disney princess.
You'll write a fucking Vice article about, like, hey, you're all wrong about Shuri. She actually sucks because of this.
Now, what was the deal with those beads? And
if you pull them out too fast, it, like, fucking socks you.
Gives you a nice fucking...
Not those ones.
Yeah, and you pull them out right when you're about to come, and they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Tommy B, look up pink sock real quick. Turn your safe search off.
And, oh, shit, there was a... Damn. Alright, whatever. There was a porn star that had a tattoo around her asshole, and I was gonna put it, like, on Facebook, like, don't Google her name, so people Google her name and see the ring around... She has a tattoo around her asshole. And the reason I ask is because in the movie... he has these beads, and I don't know if they're the same beads in the beginning that, like, he throws at the trucks to make the trucks... They're like a do-everything kind of... Yeah. And then Agent Ross gets shot, and they stick a bead in the fucking bullet hole. Yeah. And I'm like, okay...
I think it's just like a multi-use programmable nanotech kind of thing where it's like, all right, this one's set up, it'll deactivate any electronic device. This one here's got an electromagnet, it'll fucking pull the bullet out. Mm-hmm. You know, this one makes julienne fries. It's also coffee maker / hookah.
Because
will not break. It broke.
For a split second, I thought, oh, maybe those beads also have that purple root juice or whatever that he drinks to become the Black Panther. And let's just say it did for a moment. And they stuck it in Agent Ross, and I'm like, wow, that means now Agent Ross will kind of have Black Panther powers, like just a little bit.
Like he could end up on watch lists,
or he could end up on, or he could end up as a Red Hulk, or Thunderbolt Ross, because he has special Wakandan powers, and you can get gamma radiation.
Yeah, I think they just kind of put a purple light in the beads, though. I don't think it was like...
there wasn't no purple
juice. I don't think now for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, purple means the Black Panther fruit.
Oh, okay.
I think it just... They happened to use purple twice because... the color purple.
Yeah. Wow. The color purple.
We'll be right back.
We're back. And we're back.
We're like recording on film. Magnetic strip recording.
The only analog podcast in the world.
Yep. We're pressing this to vinyl. It's gonna outlive us.
Well, tell them Steve Dave they put like 2 or 3 episodes out on vinyl.
Not every week like we do, though.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be so inefficient, especially since we recorded in a car.
Subscribe to the Two Strangers One podcast cassette of the week club.
Every bump.
Shit, it takes me all week to fucking make copies of these cassettes, and I don't even have the high-speed dubbing. Do you remember that? Is that a reference you even remember?
I'm familiar with what high-speed dubbing is.
Yeah, it was, like you were the man if you had like a tape deck that had the high-speed dubbing. That and auto-reverse. Like, oh my god, you got a cassette. Because, it sucked when you listen to music and then it would stop. And you have to get up from whatever you're doing, go turn the cassette around, put it back in. When you had auto-reverse, and then, oh my god, when they had auto-reverse for Walkmans? Yeah. Walkmans?
But we'd appreciate what we got. Like, we'd appreciate, it's like, I want to listen to this song. And you scan the whole tape and you get to that song. And you're like, alright, cool, I listened to it. Now it's like, got 30,000 songs, nothing to listen to.
But I'm wondering if like the 160 gig iPod, like all these, iPods were so good when it came to, not good. Excuse me. Let me strike that. But when they had the 160 gig iPod, which I had two of, I had one and it got lost, and I had another one that got stolen. Actually, I think the first one got stolen also, but I have no proof. But you had all this, you had access, to 160 gigs, of music or movies or whatever you wanted to watch on your iPad. Then everything kind of switched over to digital streaming. And I'm wondering if that was like a shift on purpose. Like companies are like, well, fuck you, we're going to start having streaming services, so you better stop having your products with quality storage. Because I never had a hard drive failure or anything like that on my two iPods, and you just cannot find. The only other MP3 company that's even remotely big is SanDisk, and they suck ass. For the people that make for the people who make thumb drives and other things like that, their MP3 players are the absolute worst of the worst. So they constantly fail. And it's like, why hasn't some other third-party company stepped up and said, I'm going to make a high-quality, product that has a lot of storage, like the iPod, that doesn't have an archaic fucking system like iTunes to manage your music? You think Big Brother, big streaming is holding it down? Keeping
big streaming?
Big streaming? Like big oil?
That's the weirdest conspiracy theory I've ever heard.
You think Spotify is kind of holding it down?
I think people who don't want to worry about storage space are keeping people who make storage space down. Yeah, we don't need it anymore.
Like all the companies,
in the cloud.
But that's the whole thing. Like you mentioned a while back, you have all these games on your PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't have Wi-Fi? I have DLC that I can't play because I don't have Wi-Fi. I bought Fraction.
You never DL'd the seed.
Yeah, well, true. Yeah. But it's but I had actually in Fallout, I literally, during better times, I literally brought my PlayStation 4 over to my daughter's mother's house, got my DLC for Fallout, and then I got home and I was like, you need a network connection. And I understand for piracy and stuff like that, but I paid for the DLC. I want to fucking play it.
I can tell you what you're doing wrong and how to fix it quick.
What's that?
Is that you need to go into your account settings and make your PlayStation your primary PS4. And then you can access anything that's licensed to you offline.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know why my PlayStation would not be my primary PlayStation 4.
I also don't know where we're turning.
Oh. We're going to the tax guy.
Tax guy in a little office. I probably had to get off here. Nope, we're good.
Yeah. I think we got off the next exit. So, something that you told me that... Okay, now let's shift gears to Black Panther talk. Because I listened to two podcasts.
I have so much more to say, but all right, go on.
Oh, no, okay. Go on.
No,
You got a chance to meet Sebastian Stan?
Yes.
A couple months ago?
He's an alright guy. He's a very standard celebrity of the celebrities I've met. He's doing he's doing signings. It was at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Well, obviously for fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
yeah.
He's Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes.
So it's he's meeting just hundreds of motherfuckers who I love your work. Oh, you're great. And I'm sure at a certain point that wears on you, where you're like, well, all right, yeah, hey, cool, yeah, don't know if I'm ever going to play young Luke Skywalker, but thanks for being the 10th person to ask me today. Have a nice day.
Well, it's funny because I think he plays if that ever comes where he plays a young Luke Skywalker, Luke Skywalker gets
he
his
will
hand.
have my younger brother Max to thank for giving him the idea. it was that 10th one that really pushed him over the edge. Be like, you know, I want to pursue this. Seems like the fans really want it.
But they both have fake arms.
Dude, nice.
And so does Claw.
Dude, well, no, that's
Two-thirds of the white guys in Black Panther have their arms cut off.
True. Spoilers for Black Panther. Well, we already said that earlier.
Yeah, spoilers for Black Panther. But yeah, between Claw...
The spoilers for Black Panther continue now. Well, continued about 15 seconds ago.
For Claw and you know, for the post-credit scene with Sebastian Stan, their arms are cut off.
True.
The Black Panther universe isn't safe for white guys.
But it's weird because, like, you know, he didn't make much of an impression upon meeting him. It's just like, yep, I've seen this face in movies. He's being friendly enough. He has signed a picture for my brother, and we're walking away. I'm still kind of combat high from fist bumping Elijah Wood a minute ago. Yeah, he's just like, Marvel's making me come here. I'm not going to be a dick about it. And he's no Jason Isaacs, I'll say. Because, you know, like, you know, my brother and I were in Black Panther together. We watched that post-credit scene, and I didn't get the sense from him, but certainly for me, it didn't even occur to me, like, oh, wait, I've met him before. It's just like, oh, okay, yep, Winter Soldier's in this one. Whereas, like, I watched Harry Potter movies since meeting Jason Isaacs, and I'm like, this man's just fucking national treasure. He's a sweetheart.
He plays one of the biggest scumbags in that universe.
He's just the nicest motherfucker in the world. He talked to us for like 5 straight minutes about like our history classes and shit.
Which I guess is a testament to his acting ability.
I have to turn left.
Yeah.
That's very much a testament. He plays dickheads, you know, burn the church motherfucker in The Patriot, and then he's like, oh, hey, yeah, how you guys doing? Yeah, thanks for coming out. You know, like, his handlers pulled him. I feel like my first podcast that I was on, I told the story before, but I'll tell it again for Tommy B. So, like, his handlers pulled him away, like, hey, you know, we need to discuss something real quick on the phone. And any other person at that convention would have been like, all right, yeah, well, hey, you guys have a great day. I gotta go do this. And he's like, hey, wait right there. I'll be right back. Goes and talks to them for like a minute, and then comes back and keeps going.
Because he played Malfoy.
He played Lucius Malfoy.
Lucius Malfoy. Okay.
He played British dickbag in The Patriot. I haven't seen Star Trek Discovery, but he probably plays a dickbag.
Oh, no, he's the, Oh, okay, I forgot. Yeah, he is in Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, I know. There were pictures of him all over the table in Star Trek Discovery. It was the tallest stack because the fewest people had taken them.
Yeah, he's the mentor to Michael, the black woman from...
Her name's Michael?
Her name's Michael.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, it's the future, man. Don't be judgmental, man.
No, you know what, man? Black woman Starfleet captain, that's totally fucking fine. You name her Michael, you're just being a dick. You're just that guy at this point.
I think it's also like, you know, the future's gotten so, like, non-binary, man. The girls can be named Michael, too, man.
Except that this takes place before any other Star Trek in which that never happened.
Yeah, but it's still our future. I mean...
Maybe Worf's a feminine.
I'm a pretty lady.
I'm gonna track down that bastard that named me Worf.
My batleth brings all the...
Son, I named you Worf because I knew I wouldn't be around. Nothing would toughen you up but naming you Worf.
My batleth brings all the victors to Picard, and they're like, it's better than Yar.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, did you watch The Next Generation?
I did, but what the fuck? That wasn't I don't know what you're talking about. That was an incredulous how dare you.
That's a meme. That's a meme. Or as some people say, a meme. No, it's a meme.
We're going to go get burgers now.
2 lanes to turn right onto South Wynn Road.
Wow, bitch, you just dropped 8 letters out of Wynn today. It's only a 6-letter word. Wynn Road. Trying to affect that Rochester accent. We call it Winton.
Continue on South Winton Road for half a mile.
Did she know we were being dicks?
The dick analyzer. Google really is fucking listening.
Well, they don't like how you're pronouncing Winton, Google. Oh, okay, well, let me fucking fix it then.
Well,
Winton Road. Alright.
That's how AI is going to be in the future.
Dickbag, move up, I want to get over.
AI is going to be like snarky shit. Like, Jesus, Pizza Hut, is that still a thing? But like an old school Pizza Hut, like they're shaped like Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut is still a thing, by the way.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto New York 252 West.
Oh, you don't want to talk about Winton Road anymore? Angry old bitch.
Fuck you.
I'm always listening.
Eat a dick. I'm not the one who cries when I masturbate.
Hey!
Take the next right onto New York 252 West.
Cry during.
Cry afterwards like a normal person.
Call me out, bitch. I cry before I start because I feel like I'm betraying everyone I love, and then, I cry after because I'm like, I just can't keep doing this, man. It's all raw and bloody. Why do I keep doing it?
There's pink chunks all over the place.
Oh, pink chunks all over my bone dozer. Keeping it on brand. Alright. So what were we talking about? Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. Sebastian and Stan.
Is it now? And I know I asked you this off the podcast, but I'll ask you on the podcast.
Right.
Do you think that ending post-credit scene was in any way, shape, or form indicating that Princess Shuri is kind of tapping that with the Winter Soldier, the White Wolf?
Do you want me to give you the same answer?
Yeah, give me whatever. Maybe you've changed. Maybe you had to change your heart overnight.
I think you need more things to fill out your day. Just sitting at home like, oh, Winter Soldier's hitting that. No, man, they unfroze him because they're trying to fix him, and she's in charge of that.
Okay, so they unfreeze him, but she has him out. He's waking up in a hut,
surrounded by kids.
Yeah. But in my mind, I mean, once again, this is where my brain takes. They fucked each other silly. She fucked him so good that he knocked the fuck out. After a good, after when you have a good sex with the good ladies.
Right. So you're saying
like
that
a bag full of sand.
This movie,
he just busted his fucking Winter Soldier nut.
All right. Probably for the first time. Well, no, because he was pulling back in the war.
Yeah.
Quarter mile. Your destination will be on the
I
right.
don't need you anymore. I see Burger King.
It's Captain America that was probably backed up for a while.
He's probably still backed up, dude.
So,
anyway.
He wakes up. Well, she unfreezes him. He's naked, he's in the frozen tube, whatever. She checks out his dick because she can. Because that's what you do if you have someone that's unconscious next to you. I'm
going to let you finish, but I've already got my counterpoint.
Check out their naked bodies. She sees his dick, she's like, you know what? I want some of that. She wakes him up. And she kind of, she plays to the, she kind of, he's Winter Soldier. He has history. I'm pretty sure she can look it up in some sort of database. Says all the things that he wants to hear. Does everything. They fuck. They finally fuck. And, she's like, he fucking tears up that pussy so good that, I'm going to bring him out to where, where we hang out. And they go and she brings them to the huts or whatever. They fuck really good. They're done fucking. He's knocked out because, he's been frozen all this time. And then, she goes and hangs out by the water where they were fucking. There's this kind of kids hanging out, and they're like, hey, there's some fucking guy over here. Because, kids are curious, and they go where they're not supposed to go.
You want anything?
I'll
show you some nuggets. What you want?
Just nuggets?
Can I get a 10-piece nugget with barbecue sauce, please?
Can I get you anything else?
And a cheesy tots.
And I'll order a cheesy tots.
Can I get you anything else?
Small Coke with no ice. You want a drink?
I'm sorry. One second.
1 second. Sorry.
What else do they have? That's all they have. I don't want a fountain drink.
You want ice?
No, that's fine. I'll just
a Coke.
No, I'll get something at work.
That'll be it.
Okay, this coffee.
Yeah. Thank you. $20.
Because I'm paying for it. That was my other $20. I could have.
Goddamn prick.
Paying for my food like an asshole.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Alright, so.
Alright, yeah.
He tears up that ass.
Leave all of that in. Let me fucking argue about Burger King for a minute, and then you keep going. Please leave that in.
It's like they fucked at night, and now it's the daytime. It's okay to fuck at night because the kids aren't walking around the fucking huts at night. Yeah. He's sleeping. He wakes up. The kids kind of wake him up because kids are assholes and they won't let you just sleep.
Right.
And he wakes up and then he goes out and she's kind of just chilling by the water, and she has that afterglow. That he just made me come real hard look to her. So that's the story that I tell in my head.
Thank you. Alright, so my rebuttal to that is, so you're saying that the absolute end scene, the full payoff for a milestone black empowerment, female empowerment movie is that the only way to fix the Winter Soldier's brainwashing is some jungle pussy. That seems to be what you're reducing this to.
It shows I didn't think of it that way, but I was just thinking of just two young people.
If they held hands, I'd be like, sure. If they gave each other a knowing look, I'd be like, sure.
But you don't think they gave each other a knowing look? I read a knowing look at the end of that scene.
I read thank you very much. I read something big is coming, and we're going to be ready for it. And I'm not talking about Bucky's dick.
But like, why
call him
else?
The Winter Soldier, because it looks like he's always cold.
It's cold.
It's a very schizophrenic organ. So I'm going to say no.
You don't
Princess Shuri's probably not fucking the Winter Soldier.
It would show like a future to look forward to, like not only can we all get along, but we should be making love to each other. And then of course, for the, it's like integrated families and couples.
So it's like you want to see just how down we are to make Wakanda part of the world. I'm gonna fuck a white boy.
Well, look, she's a rebel. Yeah. She flashes her middle finger right next to her mom, who's nothing but respectful. So she's like, I'm going to rebel and I'm going to fuck this white guy. The white guy my brother had in storage. Fuck you, Mom. I'm a technological genius and I'm going to defrost this old white guy and fuck him. Because she's a rebel. She truly is a Disney princess.
Now,
the whole movie's all about her being rebellious. Or not, she loves her family, but she also kind of wants to buck the system. And she wants to fuck the buck.
Sounds more like she systemed the buck. Alright, well.
Hashtag buck the system.
I feel like you're reading between lines that aren't there.
Well, because I know you said knowing look. I honestly, maybe in my heart of hearts, I thought they gave each other a knowing look. I wouldn't have even came to that conclusion if I didn't think they gave each other a knowing look.
You had this 30-second scene, which is really just like, hey guys, Bucky's unfrozen. He's here for Infinity War. How do we explain that? Sure, he fixed him. We're good to go. And you're like, they're so fucking.
They're so fucking. Well, it's kind of hot. I would so watch a Sebastian Stan. I just learned the girl's name. It's Letitia something. The girl that plays Shuri.
Yeah, Letitia. Fuck.
Letitia something. Princess Underbite.
Hashtag me too. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, and Letitia, whatever.
She's only been in one movie. I haven't had a chance to learn her name. When she's the new Iron Man, when she's the new, let's placate the social justice warriors.
Jesus, man.
And make her the new Riri Williams.
Let's placate the social justice warriors by giving them one black movie.
We already did that. Okay, so we'll give her... No, but... I'm just saying is, it would be I would watch that sex scene in a heartbeat between her and him. Now,
right. It doesn't make it what's happening, though. It's like, yeah, if you put the Marvel logo at the front, I'll watch all the Avengers just pull train on each other. Come in my mouth, Thor. Oh, I'm really Thor from last night, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, he transferred his life essence into me. This is my form now.
Okay, so one thing. Speaking of life essence, they didn't address what Infinity Stone. The speculation is there's an Infinity Stone in a Wakanda.
All right.
They didn't necessarily address it in this movie.
Maybe they don't know about it.
Now they're looking for the Soul Stone.
Yeah. Fuck.
No,
I just realized how fucked up that guy is.
They're looking for the Soul Stone in Wakanda.
Yeah. Let's go to the place.
Make your own racist joke.
Let's go to the place with all the black people to find the Soul Stone.
Because I don't know how to dance. No, that being said, there is a scene in the movie where they commune with the dead.
Yeah.
They bury themselves under
Wait, they commune with the dead too? You're reading way too much into this. Oh, she communed with Bucky. Oh, he communes with the dead, dude.
Well, no, he literally...
Homeboy's a necrophile.
Well, no, both...
I know what you mean.
Both T'Challa and Killmonger...
Holy fuck, you froze up on Killmonger but said T'Challa perfectly.
And Killmonger visit their dads.
Yeah.
after being buried in the red sand.
Yeah.
So...
Do you know the symbolism behind the red sand?
No.
Me neither.
Okay. Regular sand would have been boring. I mean,
those juicy piece to dangle that have no payoff.
Well, it looks like red sand looks like sazon, which is a Spanish herb. No,
they cover T'Challa.
They cover themselves in sazon.
They color T'Challa in Farafa.
And he got a chance to meet his dead dad.
He likes that little bit of texture in his steak.
But
you ever have Farafa?
No, I don't know what Farafa is.
It's like this. I wouldn't even call it a seasoning. It's like a breading, and you cover meat in it, and it's super fucking good. It's like from Brazil. Oh, it's fucking great.
That's how you commune with the dead.
Yeah, you just eat some Farafa.
You gotta bury yourself in Farafa. We've been using it all wrong, putting it on our meats.
You get murdered in Brazil, so it's pretty easy to commune with the dead there.
But so both Killmonger and T'Challa commune with their fathers.
I forgot you had a point 3 blocks ago.
Who are dead.
Yeah.
And they do mention that, in Winter Soldier, he does say that, we don't believe in death. We think that, you just pass on to a new plane of existence or whatever.
Everything the light touches is a kingdom.
So, so maybe the Soul Stone is what's making them be able to meet their dead relatives. And then once Thanos comes and fucking steals it from under Wakanda. Now,
maybe the Soul Stone
is embedded inside vibranium.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking, the meteor that came down had the Soul Stone in it, and the energy coming from the Soul Stone is what lets them grow the heart-shaped plant or whatever.
Because that's purple.
Yeah.
Like the stone is supposed to be.
There you go. Oh, the Soul Stone is purple and it's in Wakanda. They didn't even fucking try. They didn't even try to hide that shit. Well, I'm going to keep rolling. We got time.
And so I think that either, or maybe just the red sand along with the purple plants are somewhat connected to
the Soul Stone.
Or somewhat connected to the Soul Stone.
Oh, definitely. I think
they just said, they said let Black Panther be its own sort of like its own thing.
Yeah.
Let's not fucking muck it all up with too much external universe bullshit.
My prediction for start of Infinity War is due to Wakanda sharing the wealth now, they're going to be mining a lot harder. They're going to find the fucking Soul Stone, and Thanos is going to be like, found it, go for it. And that's why he comes to Earth.
And this little iPad notification goes off and goes, I'm tired of streaming. I'm Thanos.
So somebody yik-yak, they found a purple rock on Earth. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm glad I follow yik-yak on Earth.
Yik-yak is that thing?
You know what yik-yak is?
No, what's yik-yak?
It's like this app, obviously, that it's based on location, and it's anonymous posting. So, like, say you're at, like, RIT, and you post, like, hey, looking for, a book to buy. And you'll just post that, and someone can comment on it and be like, I got you, come here. And I'm explaining it very poorly. It's location-based bulletin board and anonymous stuff.
Okay.
So, you'll put up a message, and people around you that have the app will see that message and be like, oh, there's someone nearby who's saying this.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's not not necessarily like a garage sale kind of deal. It's just, this is what we got. Yeah. That's Yik-Yak.
Yik-Yak, okay.
And you can, like, if you live in Detroit, but you travel to California, you can still follow, like, Detroit's Yik-Yak and see what people are saying.
Battle rhinos.
Yeah!
We got battle rhinos, and I have to say that, like, before I knew about, like, what 300 was, like, when I first saw the trailer for 300, I was just telling my friends, like, dude, there's fucking battle rhinos. Because I remember that being, like, shown in the commercial. And for some reason, now, of course, they show us the peaceful rhino eating out of the tribe leader's hand or whatever, all peaceful, and then, like, or at least domesticated. Yeah, domesticated or whatever. And then, like, when a fucking battle rhinos come, like, yeah! And they got armor on, and I was like, that's so fucking dope. I mean,
they didn't even hint at the fact that, like, these are going to be used for war. It's just, hey, we got rhinos.
Yeah, we got rhinos,
And
here's a poorly CGI'd rhino eating out of my hand.
Not poorly CGI'd rhino.
That was a bad... And, so one thing I noticed about some of the more recent Marvel movies is they really do have, like, a daddy issue kind of thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so you got Civil War, where Iron Man creates this whole fucking holographic projector thing, And what does he do? He fucking lives out his last few moments with his dad before his father got murdered.
Yep.
In Thor Ragnarok, both Loki and Thor, Loki who does have a axe to grind with the dad because it's not really his dad and kind of kept his history secret. Now we find out that he had even another secret about his sister they never knew was there, and that sister was part of a darker history with Odin. And, and he sort of he sort of makes that deathbed confession to his sons or whatever, before he turns into a bunch of...
This is something you guys probably should have known a while ago, but...
Yeah, you have a sister, and
I would have
she's
told
the
you,
goddess of death.
I would have told you sooner, but Loki fucking exiled me to Earth.
And it's sort of like, I'm sorry I fucked up, everything, and I'm about to die, so let me tell you what's wrong.
Also, I have a plan to destroy her, and I'm not going to tell you until things get really, really bad.
Oh, yeah. Which was what, Ragnarok? Is that...
Yeah. Asgard is not a place... This could be home. Remember this, boy. He wouldn't have said "remember this, boys" if he wasn't thinking we gotta destroy Asgard to kill Hela, and I know that they can do it.
So he set Sartor in motion. Sartor would be the big giant demon guy in the beginning.
I'm sure he had the idea that all right, well, since I'm not on Asgard, Surtur is probably mobilizing, which means Thor's probably going to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But then he'll have the skull, and then I can die, and then they can cause Ragnarok. But he doesn't fucking... Okay. That was going to be a really good delivery there, too. He doesn't fucking tell his sons, so they spend the whole movie fuck around with Jeff Goldblum, see what happens? All right, cool. Oh, whoop, we just wandered ass first into solving this problem. Cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2...
Daddy Issues the movie.
Yeah, Ego was, for the lack of a better term, an absentee father. And then,
It's not for lack of a better term, that's exactly what he is.
He's an absentee father. And, Star-Lord, all he wants to do is just have a dad. All he did was just have a dad to play catch with and stuff like that, to the point where, he pretended that David Hasselhoff was his dad. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the dad comes back into his life, but it's to be for nefarious reasons because he wants to take over the fucking... And the only reason his dad comes back into his life is because, you have the power too.
Yeah, and that's the cosmic example of your deadbeat dad showing up saying, "Hey, I missed you, let's reconnect." And then, he stays with you for the weekend, and Monday morning he's like, "I gotta borrow some money."
Yeah, or it's
I'm in trouble. They're gonna break my legs. I need you, son.
Yeah, you had a deadbeat dad, and all of a sudden you're rich and famous, and your deadbeat dad comes out of the woodwork.
He shows up so you can help him.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm so proud of you. You became a cop. I need some help getting some charges dropped.
Yeah,
that sort of shit.
And of course, in Black Panther,
Bucky made sure he called him Daddy apparently a whole bunch of times, right?
That's
the daddy issue, right?
Call me Dad. That's one's not. It was daddy issues, as in he feels guilty that he let his father he didn't react fast enough to let his father die.
There's the juxtaposition of T'Challa had a good relationship with his father. Mm-hmm. He wasn't able to save him, but they connected and stuff. Killmonger had little to no relationship with his father, and how their fathers died and how they interacted kind of formed who they became when each of them got the mantle of Black Panther. Mm-hmm. So, that's daddy issues for sure.
But in theory, the King of Wakanda is the Black Panther, so his father was still the Black Panther
when the explosion happened.
So there's this old diplomat.
True, however,
walking around with a gut and a Black Panther suit.
Consider the fact that 10 minutes after the explosion, the Black Panther T'Challa is chasing the Winter Soldier and Captain America down the street. Mm-hmm. So I feel like at a certain point it's probably look, I'm too old for all that stuff, so you're gonna have the mantle, and then when you're king, you'll be the Black Panther.
Yeah, you're the heir apparent. Yeah. So, here.
play with my shit.
Here's a necklace that makes a suit. All right, so, any other thoughts on Black Panther while we're...
I think we're good. Let's just let's go into work and have the big finale at the end.
Yeah. This is Katana. Oh. She's got no back.
Oh, what the fuck?
She's got no front either.
Why do you just jump into bits?
I like my women with a little more junk in the trunk.
Stop this.
Big tits, big waist. Big hips. Small waist.
Lips or hips, that's my motto.
You know, some guys like the big ass, but that means the girl's fat. I'm not one of those guys. I like them looking like an hourglass. And she just cuts him. Okay, so like...
Uh-oh, I shouldn't have messed with her. Her sword traps the souls of those she kills.
Alright, a question I was asking you earlier.
Yeah.
About...
They're not fucking.
No. Okay, you take...
The good.
You take the bad.
You take them both, and there you have...
The facts of life.
Siddiq, who said? Good dog.
And I guess an example we can use is like a Rose McGowan. I was thinking, like for someone like me, I would think more of like a Kirstie Alley.
I know this is going. It's like your two choices. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, where these were someone that in their prime were absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, and of course, I mean, some guys, Kirstie Alley is their thing. I liked Kirstie Alley back in, like, her Cheers days.
I will say that even in her Cheers days, and her fucking It Takes Two Olsen Twins movie days, that late 80s, early 90s Kirstie Alley always had cunty mom face. 100% of the time.
Alright, so we'll take someone like Rose McGowan. Okay. I was trying to think of someone that you can relate to, because I know you like, you know, the Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino movies, where in her prime, she was absolutely gorgeous.
Right.
Now, she's a bit of a fucking train wreck.
She is overripe.
So...
That was a rude fucking thing to say.
Especially someone who's been traumatized, you fucking insensitive prick.
She's like championing, like, we need to stop the objectification of women. Like, yeah, but based purely on her looks alone, man, I don't know if I would.
If you had the opportunity, something happens, you go to a Rochester event, you go to the theater, or something like that. Rose McGowan's there for whatever reason. You two strike up a okay. Take this. Take the whole. You're not in a relationship.
All right.
Okay. Let me preface that
with. I have to have a very long phone conversation. Look, okay, my dad took me out of school to see Planet Terror. It's like a big thing, you know. Like she was the only part I liked the Biodome.
And you get a chance to meet Rose McGowan.
All right.
Something happens. She meant you're wearing. You know, whatever, you're wearing your fucking Deadpool shirt, and it turns out fucking Rose McGowan was a fucking big Deadpool fan.
That wouldn't happen. Because Deadpool's part of the X-Men universe, and she spoke out like fucking crazy against that Apocalypse Cat campaign.
Gotcha, okay.
It's like, oh, this promotes violence against women. Oh yeah, weren't you in Death Proof? Violence Against Women, the movie?
It's literally a movie where they take 45 minutes of not talking at all just to be violent against women. Or however long that scene was. So, once again, the only example I can think of right now is a Rose McGowan style character where today they're not at their best. They're too much plastic surgery, a little kooky in the fucking head, you know. But you know, she strikes up a conversation with you, and she turns on all her charm. She is way into you. Do you? No.
Rose McGowan specifically? Fuck no.
Okay. Well, who else? I mean, I'm trying to think of. I don't know who else from here. I mean, I know what you like. I mean, I think I know what you like.
I know what you like.
I know what you like. Lips and hips. But lips more than hips.
Is that my nickname or what I like? I know what you like. Lips and hips. Mr. Hips is my associate Lips. They're from the law firm Lips and Hips.
While our clients keep getting arrested.
Mr. Hips, is it? Please, call me Lipson. Oh my god. Sorry, Tommy B. I'm just going to refer to our hypothetical audience as Tommy B from now on.
Tommy B represents our entire
audience.
Don't
mind. Until one other person comments.
I don't know what happened to Oscar. We used to have a guy down in, like, Peru. He was based out of Peru, and he used to comment on every episode, and he used to call me a fat fuck, and I need to shave my beard, and maybe I shaved the beard and I lost him.
He shaved the beard, he's like, yes, finally. Fucking blew his load all over the computer, broke it, and he's like, well, I don't need it anymore anyway. Now, I don't know what accent I was doing, but I would not fuck Rose McGowan as she is today.
Okay, I'm trying to think of someone else in that ilk. I'm trying to, who did you have a crush on? You're a teenager. There's some girl in a TV show or movie you had a crush on.
There's a thing like, they're all bad examples because, like, Rosario Dawson, still fucking incredible now. Jessica Alba, goddamn.
Yeah.
After however many kids, goddamn.
I'm trying to think of someone like who fell apart, like you know.
I'm trying to think of someone who's like really down in the dumps and you could get with.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was saying like a Kathleen Turner in her fucking prime was very sexy. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking now.
You sure you know how to use those fancy recording devices there, Grandpa?
I'm just saying. Look, I grew up in the '80s. It was Kathleen Turner and fucking Michael Douglas and like Romancing the Stone.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, you're old.
Yeah.
Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas used to come play here when this place was orange groves as far as the eye could see.
And I went to the theater to see Romancing the Stone. I mean, I think I was with my parents, but you know. And Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito was the funny guy. It was Romancing the Stone, and they did another movie together.
It's just a funny group of things that you said to try and relate to me. Well, no, like, you know, Kathleen Turner. Nope, sure don't.
Kirstie Alley?
Cunty Mom Face and Kathleen Turner. Wow, you're really
She was the voice of Jessica Rabbit. I mean, Kathleen Turner was in her prime, very, very sexy, but now she's falling apart.
I'll fuck her voice then? Is that what you're getting at? Do you want to fuck Kathleen Turner's throat? But like,
I'd force choke her.
Not the that doesn't need context. No, I want you to, before we finish this off, because this is the finale of the show. It's like the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
I need you to throw some better examples at me than.
I'm trying to think of women that were sexy at one point and aren't sexy anymore.
For like early 2000s, consider the fact that
Kelly Clarkson, and I think she has a cute face, but she's blown up. I mean, you know, I hate to be like that guy, Chris, you're fat fucking. You're judging or saying a girl's unattractive by being.
It's cool. You can smell your own. She's thick though. I think is the hood term for it. She's thick. Kelly Clarkson, yeah.
What's her face who thought Chicken of the Sea was fucking chicken?
Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Simpson.
Is cirrhosis contagious?
Do you think she's an alcoholic or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have to.
Okay. I just know she got big.
Tommy B, do me a favor real quick. Type in Jessica Simpson into Google and let us know in the comments if the first suggestion is alcohol or like alcoholism.
The Google.
Yeah, I need an unbiased third party here to grab us a screenshot of that. You're tech savvy. You made that pickle fucker meme.
And he posted a picture of Pickle Rick. Also.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So, shots fired.
I love Pickle Rick. I don't want to eat him. You know who tried to eat Pickle Rick? Rats and cockroaches and shit. Congratulations, Tommy B.
So Jessica Simpson now? No? Wow. See, I would because you could like look at the pictures of when she was a lot thinner and sexy and like, yeah, I said I hit that. Not in her prime.
Well, yeah, like you say, like, I hit that, asterisk. I didn't hit that, but I hit something very similar. I hit something genetically identical.
You know, like, if Marilyn Monroe was still around, you know, past her, you know.
Alright, well, no. That one, dude, she could be fucking 90 and I get to be Eskimo Brothers with Diamond Jack. Fuck yeah. Sign me up.
Okay, so there's one.
I'd be the second shooter.
So there's one. Okay, Marilyn Monroe, you know, Eartha Kitt, when she was in that, she did a movie, she was in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. And it was a much later Eartha Kitt, you know, and in the movie, she's trying to seduce Eddie Murphy, and, you know, the joke is, oh, she's a gross old lady. I would have totally fucked her at that point.
Because she was previously young Eartha Kitt?
Yeah, because at one point she was fucking a dead-ass sexy Catwoman. I would absolutely fucking... Like, even like in that movie, like in that scene, I would fuck that older woman because at one point she was Catwoman.
I would not eat a pile of mold in my fridge because it was at 1 point pizza. if you get my meaning.
I get it. But you said Marilyn Monroe, so at least we got one.
Right, but that's not because she used to be Marilyn Monroe. That's because she fucked JFK, and that'd be a cool little thing to win a bar bet on. Like, yeah, I got the certificate of authenticity. I fucked Marilyn Monroe.
And Eartha Kitt did it.
Yeah. Also, she signed this statement claiming, yes, indeed, Eartha Kitt murdered JFK.
Anything you want to add before we sign off?
I think we're on a high note. That's pretty cool.
We certainly hope you guys had as much fun listening as we did recording.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
Don't be a stranger. Peace. We're out. Bye. You should be fapping. I didn't forget this week, bitches.
Don't call Tommy to be a bitch.
Let me do all my whole outro stuff. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net where you can find all things show related. You can find links to our iTunes page. You can download, subscribe to us on iTunes, on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod. If you don't have an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, you can download us on the Stitcher app. That's STITCHER for Android devices. That's the Stitcher app. I use the available offline option and listen later option, so you don't have to kill your data, you don't have to kill your battery when your Wi-Fi spot. Get all the episodes you want to listen to, and listen to them later. And of course, we are available on the SoundCloud app. That is our hosting site. I make sure all the episodes are downloadable. I think on iPhones they are downloadable, but on Androids they aren't. So that's why I'm a little like... But if you go to the website on SoundCloud, you can find us, and you can download them from there if you want to do. If you want to write to us, you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. That's all spelled out, twostrangersonepodcast. I got a brand new computer. Thank you to my dad for helping me out with basically a payment for the computer because we're recording this on a new system, and it sounded good when I was recording earlier. So, thank you, Dad.
I'm sure it was the old computer holding you back and not this antique microphone we're using.
The microphone has soul. It has spirit. It has
you guys seeing all this soul in the podcast?
I haven't. The funny thing is with the new computer, I don't have time to sign into the email account right now, but no one writes us anyway. But if you want to write us, you can write us at Two Strangers One Podcast.
Well, what happened to that one fan that writes all the time?
He fell off the fucking face of the earth. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
You think the Earth's flat? Oh, we got another hour to go then, man.
Well, let's go to the space station. Look. But yeah, but you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. We want your money. We need your money. And until we set up a Patreon, what you can do is you can share and like us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/twostrangersonepodcast. Once again, all spelled out. And share this episode, like the page, share the entire page. And that'd be great. We also have a YouTube group, Two Strangers One Podcast Network. Let me see what else. We're on Twitter at Stranger Podcast. The episodes that are available online right now are really only from the past year. If you want to go back and listen to any of our other episodes from more than 5 years ago, we are on YouTube. Just search for Two Strangers One Podcast. You can find all the earlier 200 some odd shows. You can find my Stranger Vlogs, which I've done about 40 so far, and I have 2 in the pipe. And 2 up the butt, 2 in my anus, like a finger. And I also have my audiobook. If you want to hear my second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, you can listen to it totally for free on YouTube. Just search for Odd I See, A Tale from the Road. Also available on YouTube. And that's about it. I can't think of her speak on.
No, I got nothing going on, man.
I was like, fuck that. I got shit I got to do.
If you guys can tell me how to beat this part of Zelda I'm stuck on, that'd be great. Shoot me an email. Thunderblight Ganon's a bitch.
Thunderblight Ganon. So if you have any way to beat Thunderblight Ganon, you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks. Get some traffic in that email account. Bunch of people telling me how bad I am at the game.
That's like the first half of the game. Like not even the first half.
Well, no, it's because you can tackle those dungeons in any order.
Oh, okay. Which I think is a total ripoff of Shadow of the Colossus, but for another day.
You can't tackle those in any order.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, you proved me wrong. I'm committing to
it. All right. Well, we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening, had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to the Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
Don't be a stranger. Peace.
We're out. Bye.
Chocolate.
You should be fapping balls.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with the materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.